Discord.
pull you up as well, just so we can. Wait, I'm not. I'm subscribed to you, aren't I?
I'm not sure.
Sakaba 37. Oh yeah, I am. It's just Twitch just wasn't up to date yet.
Okay. All right, we're live.
Yeah, we are. I just heard myself.
Oh, good. Does it sound good? Both of us?
Yeah, we sound right. I'm maybe a little louder than you, but I talk loud.
Yeah, I can raise my mic. I think I should do that anyway. Let me see,
Sure.
because I have a filter on
Close
that.
that back down again.
I just raised my mic a little bit. It's probably a little better. Because I've been told before when I've streamed that my mic was too quiet.
You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna get just the chat from your Twitch up.
Got it. Okay.
Not showing in my following live stuff. That's weird.
Might be because I just went live. Do you want to make a announcement on the Discord channel just to say like we're live in the announcements channel?
Oh, I guess I'm not following you. Okay. All right, I am now.
Because I don't have permission to write in that channel.
Oh, in the announcement channel.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Talk about the chat.
We'll give a couple minutes to make sure we're all good to go.
Get the chat going.
I will post this to YouTube as well, and I guess I could just post the VOD link after we're done. Yo, what's up, B-Breath? In the chat? First time chatter. I have not streamed one of these before for us, but...
Not Twifka. Twitch.tv/Sukaba37.
37.
Booyah.
And I couldn't, it's... I tried to get another... I tried to get it without the numbers, but somebody stole it from me.
I know better than that. Get in here.
Yeah, get in here.
Get hyped.
I'm not sure, be brave. I pulled the logos. I pulled directly from the doc, or some of them I downloaded beforehand. I didn't have a transparent one for you though.
Some of them lost their transparency at some point in the various files that have been passed around and stuff, but we got most of them are good already.
I mean, Steve's kind of just has white built into the background. I'm not sure if that's even...
That's on purpose.
Okay.
That is Times New Roman W and the Bulbapedia Wormadam.
Listen, man, there's no shame. It's pretty clean, honestly. The W is nice. I like it. We do have some sick logos here in this on this frame alone. I love Tay's new logo, really clean. Ray's logo is really good.
Jace's Golden Goats, that was going to be a temporary logo that he just stuck with.
Yeah.
And good choice.
It is pretty clean.
Jace has got those logo skills for sure.
Yep.
Like, we'll let people hop in here for a few minutes.
We'll start in a couple minutes.
Just have a little bit of a hangout with Heaven and Braff.
Yeah. We got the boys here ready to watch some Pokemon tonight, huh?
Exactly. What
Yo, Tay is in the building.
Good work.
Steve is here. He just followed me. So we're getting some names in the chat. Yeah, it's interesting too because usually it's like the first round of the playoffs has the most matches, so it's kind of like the most hype stream. But this one's interesting because we had the buys that we actually get the same amount of matches for round 2 as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice. More matches are better. We like playoff Pokemon.
Absolutely. Do we have any mirror matches, like any
rematches?
Both Pokemon? No, both Pokemon on the same team because we have some cross conference.
Not yet. I don't think the cross conference comes until the finals. These are like cool. Yeah, these are conference.
Yeah, these
only.
Are intra conference and prioritizing not no rematches.
Exactly, yeah. So like the reason why I played Canner and Tay played BBRAF was because we were in opposite divisions.
Right.
Even though the seeding technically would have been opposite. So I'm not sure how that worked for Scarlet Violet, but I don't know if we actually ended up getting a rematch or not. I want to say Steve and Jace played this season. I don't remember for sure though.
Well, why don't I just do a little quick bit of checking? Unless Steve wants to chime in and say in the chat if he did or not. We'll see who gets there first. Steve typing or me pulling up the document and then looking it up?
They did. Steve just said that they did play.
They did play.
Yeah. And I'm not sure about Ray and Furat either. I don't think they played because they were in opposite divisions and their seeds.
2-1.
Got it. Okay. So that's our only rematch of this set of matches today. And I always thought that was interesting too, is like, how do you approach a rematch? You know, it's like, I feel like a lot of that is just psychological. Like, what are you going to bring again versus what are you going to change up, and how are you going to predict your opponent mixes up? Like, it's kind of like a mind game of itself.
That was the week 5 match. And Jace won 2-1.
Yep.
And who came that week? We got no Goldango from Jace. Goldango didn't come either. So whichever way you say it.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
So his number 1 pick sat out. I wonder if he brings it this time.
That was Explosion Scun Tank week. That's right.
So now it's like, if he brings the Scun Tank again, he's going to be in Steve's head. So we'll have to be interested. Do you want to start getting into match 1? And
let's go
kind of trickle in.
We're kind of.
So yeah,
we kind of already are. So
yeah,
we might as well
we are talking about it. So yeah, in case you're just hopping in, welcome. Me and James are casting your playoff round 2 matches for VBL-S season 8. We got some good ones here, really strong teams for the second round. Everybody in here has had an excellent season. So we're going to see who comes out on top, moves on to round 3, the semifinals. So first matchup, we've got Jace, the Golden Goats, versus the Waterloo Wormadams, Steve. So like we were just saying, we got a rematch here. We had some Explosion Skunk heat in week 5, no Golden Go. So yeah, how do you approach a rematch from the prep?
So I think I've only had like maybe one rematch. I think I might have had a rematch in a NatDex season that I made the playoffs in. But the way I approach it is panic, because like, right? Because either you won and then it's like, oh no, I gotta do that again, but I can't do the same thing again because they know about that. Or it's, oh no, I've already lost. They've already shown they can beat me. How could I possibly do it this time, right?
Yeah.
But if anybody can trick somebody into letting them win, it's the trixiest team builder in the VBL, Mr. Steve Young.
Yeah. I mean, we got the Spite Op sitting down there.
That's true. The secret agent.
Yeah. I think, last week with Steve's match, we saw even Knucklestack put in some work.
Knucklestack is like good, right?
Yeah. He's actually got some good value, like low tier mons here. Like Florgas has been doing really well for him. Like just as a bulky setup.
Oh, right, because Steve hopped in after the draft, so we didn't discuss his in the power rankings.
Right.
But I really like Steve's team. It's a lot of mons that are just like generally good and useful, right? And can all pair together with each other. We talked about it some last week, but like Talonflame plus anything immediately physical or immediately like offensively scary. So like the Garchomp or Rotom, something like that, or something super bulky. I mean, he's got 2 telepathy right? Florgas gets telepathy.
I'd have to double check that, but
yeah, I think so. But like, just throw out Disquakes and
not to like. I think these top 3
right?
mons have like perfect synergy with each other. It's like a really solid like foundation for your team. So, and then
expecting maybe like Scarf Cryogonal, maybe like something to like outspeed with like an Ice Shard or something, or something that can like handle that immediate physical or that immediate offensive pressure.
Yeah.
Or maybe some more nonsense, right? We got some trick room possibilities out of both teams. Spiritomb finally getting trick room now. Maybe a rage powder setup, right? Volcarona, like
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was focusing on here. Volcarona,
the
Golden Go.
Volcarona can take a earthquake for sure, right? So you like rage powder, and then I don't know, Draco Meteor or something like that. Like take out the Garchomp.
Yep.
I think there's
Yeah,
some possibility for excitement for sure
for
here.
sure. And then on Jace's side, I mean, before we get into the match, I mean, obviously he had an undefeated season. So this is a team that nobody has been able to take down in
I
this.
think Steve is the only game.
Oh, yeah, like maybe he
Oh,
only
that's right.
dropped.
Symbiosis, not telepathy. Yeah, yeah. On Florges. But
So, I mean, he's got heavy hitters. I mean, Azumarill has been really high kill mon for him, really strong. He's used it expertly. Mudsdale, I mean, we even saw in Goose's playoff match, like Mudsdale is just a hard mon to take out, especially if you set it up under Trick Room. And you look at some of Steve's top threats, Garchomp, Talonflame, Toxic Croak, all physical attackers could, set up a Mudsdale wall that'll be tough to break through. And then, you always have to be worrying about the Golden Go because at any given time, a Make It Rain can ruin your day. So Steve is gonna have to play carefully to take down a Titan here.
yeah, definitely. Let's see what we got
All right.
going. See what they actually decided to bring.
All right, let's open it up. Game 1 here. So
Don't forget your music off as well.
yes.
And dark mode for the fans.
Oh, dark mode. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you do? Slow?
I usually do slow, but I also don't pause it a ton as it kind of just talk over it the whole time. So if you want to be like pausing and unpausing, then
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably only pause if there's a really big
so
moment we want to discuss.
we got? We got the pile of coins showing up this week.
Yeah.
I mean, Skunk Tank has to come if for no other reason than to like try and out mind game Steve, right? Like,
Yeah.
Jace brought the explosion last time.
Yeah. I wonder
Maybe
if the
right?
Bramblegast is like meant to kind of be like a explosion counter if he leads it. Even. I mean, it's also it has good synergy with the Talonflame with the Tailwind setup. Could take advantage of the Wind Rider. So. Yeah, and we do see the Mudsdale and the Spiritomb, so potential Trick Room option from Jace's side. This is going to be interesting.
No, what's it called? Noivern this week.
Yep.
This time.
Taking a seat.
So, kind of saying either we're going to try and do some Trick Room, or we're just going to be bulky and not really care about necessarily going faster. Mm-hmm. Or maybe there's some like crazy spreads, like some max speed Mudsdale or something that Steve is going to not expect and thus get taken by surprise by.
All right, let's jump into it, see what we got here. So the leads for game 1, we've got, he's going right for the mind game here. Skuntank with the Rotom next to it. We see the Talonflame and the Chomp come out.
And then immediate pressure. Talonflame just going to protect. Feint breaks the protect.
Awesome
feint. Pretty brutal. Nicely done. Wow. And Thunderbolt just finishes it off.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Feint's a really good play.
Yeah, that's a strong turn 1 from Steve. And it's a strong, I'm ready for your turn 1 from Jace, right?
Yeah. What I really like about the Feint, too, is like, even not predicting the protect, I mean, you're breaking the Gale Wings.
Yeah, it's also the plus. It's a higher priority than Gale Wind.
Yep.
So
and it's Scarf Rotom because it outsped Garchomp, so he was guaranteed to get that OHKO.
Nice,
really good.
Well spotted. I forgot Feint is plus infinite priority.
Mm-hmm.
And then just not showing anything new. We do know, that the Rotom is scarfed. Living that earthquake, that's definitely something that is not by accident, right?
Yeah, probably EV'd for sure. I like the Terra here too. The Terra actually saved this Rotom a lot of damage from taking neutral. It probably would have been down to like 20.
Yeah, and very wisely getting rid of that grass weakness. I mean, doesn't have the greatest grass move, right? Like Leaf Storm is not.
Yeah. Well, he should know it's scarfed anyway, but it does take it away for later.
It could switch.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, so
Dragon,
we see Terra Dragon.
Maybe Terra Dragon, or for the resistances. That's kind of
Yeah,
an interesting Terra in this position anyway.
I think so as well. Because now you're setting yourself up to get killed next turn by Garchomp.
Yeah, well,
it has
how
a
likely
dragon
is the
move.
Garchomp to actually have a dragon move, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It probably does if it's playing against a Noivern.
Yeah. I mean, like the Rock Slide plus a Tailwind or something like that
It was
like
probably
pretty good as
to.
well.
I bet
but
it was to resist the electric attack from Wash, if I had to
yeah,
guess.
something like that.
But I kind of like this position for Steve here.
Yeah, he just gets to throw Earthquakes, finish off Pokemon. We're now into a 2v2. We're now into a 2v1.
Let's see who's in the back. Golden Go?
And we've
maybe?
got I think Mudsdale? No, we got
Yeah.
the Golden Go. Okay.
So Make It Rain would Oko both, but actually, well, not, unless it's like Specs. This is going to be a GG, I think.
That's a big damage, yeah.
Weakness
policy. Uh-oh. This one might not be over.
That's going to be an Oko.
Sash? Nope, no Sash.
Wow.
And then, yeah, if
Wow.
something crazy happens,
That's crazy.
then, yeah, okay.
Weakness policy.
Weakness policy.
That's some heat.
Just save it till the end. That's some spicy stuff. I mean, he's brought weakness policy before, right? But like even so, like you gotta
That's
sort of
yeah.
position yourself.
That's also a single target Earthquake from Garchomp. It's living, so it's gotta have
not single target, because even though the Oranguru has telepathy, it still makes it a spread move because it's hitting your partner.
Oh,
Pokemon.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
True.
But,
all right.
So yeah, single target would have killed it, but
I understand. Wow, that's a crazy turn right there for Jace. Well done to save that in the back to the end for the prime position. So
yeah,
game
solid
one goes
positioning.
to Jace. Let's see how we adapt in game two.
And well adapted by Steve after a pretty rough turn one, right?
Yeah.
Like, kind of just lost the Talonflame for nothing there,
Yep.
and then basically played a 3v4 the whole match and very nearly clinched it at the end. So
Yeah, I wonder if Garchomp is an offensive Terra, like a Terra ground. If he had
Terra
done that
ground, maybe?
instead of the Rotom, maybe. You know, obviously with the power of hindsight, but we don't know what Terra he has on there. It might be a defensive one anyway. So, all right, how would you adapt if you were Steve in game two here?
So if I'm Steve, it's pretty clear that like the go fast is not really necessary.
True, he doesn't have really.
It's
a
just
way
like
to match.
lots of bulky stuff that's like just living and stuff like that. So just like more immediate physical or more immediate offensive pressure, I think, is a solid lead. So like a Rotom Garchomp would be pretty nice, or a Oranguru Garchomp to just double Earthquake, something like that might be nice. But I think the fast solid offense is probably the way I want to go if I'm Steve here in the second game.
All right, well, let's see how the adjustments.
We're about to get,
Sorry, chat. Sorry. Oh, I missed it. All right, here we go.
All right, so trick the Scarf onto Oranguru. I like that.
Very good. It is locked into Hyper Voice, which isn't the end of the world.
I think I'll actually get to choose, but like I don't see a reason why you would change it. But
Oh, fair enough. I see.
yeah, so you bring in your Ghosts against the Hyper Voice. That's pretty brutal. But we are going to get a big Make It Rain.
Yeah.
Although into the Protect.
Ooh.
Oh, Shadow Ball, nice. Just saving that +2, right? And Steve, yeah, just keeping the monkey on the field one more turn. Just keep it.
Yeah.
I think I might have switched there, but like
Yeah.
that's also like a lot of the time you think you think that it's gonna like Jace is gonna target that slot, right? Because the switch is pretty obvious, and so something's taking a big chunk, and your Golden goes that you're staring down is +2. So
Yeah, so this is interesting that he went for the Shadow Ball instead of the Make It Rain. Actually ended up being a good thing for Steve because he got the Protect off into that slot. So now we are in a position where we have 2 turns left to Trick Room. We've got Rotom and Bramblegast, and let's see what happens here. Foul Play takes it down real big, and then
now the Make It Rain comes in. It's doing almost 50% on a resisted hit there.
Yeah.
Weakness policy still strong in a post Dynamax world.
And now he still has the +1 boosts.
Yeah.
Good switch from Steve.
Well switched. Says, haha, I have normal type. James's favorite type in the whole game.
The Terra comes in hot, but unfortunately that removes his ghost typing as well.
Yeah. And then we're now in a 2v3 in the other direction. Rotom is just barely hanging on.
Oranguro
Hyper
actually
Voice finishes it.
Oranguro actually outspeeds Golden Go.
Oh, did it?
That's because it has the scarf now.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah, of course it does, because it got tricked to scarf.
That was a really interesting turn that we went past there with the Garchomp Earthquake, the Terra on the Golden Go, flying type, right? To potentially to resist the Earthquake, obviously. And then the Scarf Oranguru outspeeding and killing with Hyper Voice since it's no longer Ghost type.
Yeah, no
really
longer
cool.
Ghost type.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well maneuvered, and Steve's probably going to be able to clean this one up here at this point.
Yeah, and then we see the Terra Steel.
It's Terra Steel. Aqua Jet's not going to get it done, and Earthquake finishes off the Azumarill.
All right,
so we're going to a game 3.
Game 3. Uh-oh. You'll love to see it. Nice.
What kind of mix-up we think we're going to see? Have we seen all 6 of... No, we didn't see a Mudsdale either game so far.
And we saw no Skuntank that game either.
Other than maybe the Bramblegast and the Rotom, Mudsdale is probably pretty decently positioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Steve has brought the Rotom and the Oranguru as damage dealers, which, I mean, the Rotom Wash is pretty much a good answer to the Mudsdale. Presumably it has Hydro Pump, obviously.
Yeah, but, I mean, Jace has got his own Rotom to kind of check that.
Yep.
And the washing machine.
Potential Terra on the Mudsdale as well. I wonder if we see a Terra, Trick Room.
Maybe an Assault Vest, something like that. Like, just make it last forever.
I wonder if we see a hard Trick Room set up from Jace to try to enable Mudsdale this game.
I mean, we kind of saw the hard Trick Room setup, just not to enable Mudsdale. It was more for a Golden Go and a Azumarill kind of endgame, but
true. All right. Well, game 3. Let's see. Oh, I think I forgot. I forgot to put that on slow last game too. I thought that was moving kind of fast.
We did all right. Just don't forget the.
I already did it. Don't worry. I won't make that mistake again. You know, you only get.
Okay, so we got the same setup out of Jace, same lead, and then back to the Talonflame Garchomp here.
But here we have no feint present
for Steve. No feint.
So he's free to set a Tailwind if he wants, but threat of Trick Room looming might not be a great idea.
Yeah, Trick Room seems pretty safe here. A double target into that Spiritomb might take it out, but like it's pretty good now, actually. Like it's pretty decently bulky, so we'll see what happens.
If I'm Steve, I definitely would want to prioritize taking this thing out, because if you can disable Trick Room as an option, you are putting yourself at a big advantage for the rest of the match. So could see a Protect here as well. Let's see. Ooh, the Terra Ice, and it's Scarfed.
Presumably a Terra Blast.
Oh, that's going to kill it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blasted. Brutal.
And the Trick Room. Oof.
And gets the Trick Room up. So the Rotom probably switching out here. But
definitely, yeah.
Not necessarily.
It accomplished its job.
Yeah.
Traded the Garchomp, and now it can just switch out and into something that can enable the Trick Room here.
Some that really wants the Trick Room a lot more than the Scarf Rotom does.
Yeah, I wonder why the Protect came in. I wonder what, maybe he was expecting the Thunderbolt into that slot.
Maybe like a Thunderbolt Trick Room, something like that.
I mean, in his position, he has no reason to expect that Garchomp is in much danger there. But the Terra Ice, really.
Yeah, Terra Ice is clutch play.
Yeah, Steve said in chat he thought he was predicting Volt Switch plus Trick Room.
Volt Switch, Volt Switch as well.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And the Azumarill comes in. We lose the Fire type. Big crit there for Steve.
Yeah.
Really putting him back into it in terms of.
Yeah, that's a great turn. I wonder if he reverses Trick Room.
Oh, that would have been pretty sweet. I mean, it still could happen, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oranguru's sitting pretty right now. But
Golden Go likely gonna go before the Oranguru here. Yeah.
But does it kill? Not quite.
Probably. No, not quite. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get another one, but
it is. Good.
Reset the Trick Room.
He doesn't really have a way to hit Golden Go right now, though. The Flare Blitz.
It's got Flare Blitz, but that Talonflame's not long for this world. we did see the Terra flying, so we're not going to see something crazy like a Terra Fire Rotom or something like that.
Oh, this is
And
going to be wrapped.
yep, Spiritomb is good now.
Yeah.
It's official.
All it takes is one move that you get Trick Room. You put Trick Room on any mon, it's viable.
Especially a ghost type, right? But yep.
Yeah.
Jace once again giving up a game, but not the set.
Yeah, he made great adjustments game 3. That was it was a really good lead. It put Steve in a tough spot, and the Terra Ice was a great call.
Yeah, we never did see the
Mudsdale.
Never did see the Mudsdale, but we saw everybody else at one point or another. Steve was saying that the Garchomp was Lumberry.
Okay, and I think BBF brought up the crit actually hurt Steve because he didn't get the boost. I'm not sure what boost he's talking about, but the I don't know what boost that could have been. But either way,
right into the
the hyper voice boost.
Oh, yeah. A hyper voice boost. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I see.
For the throat spray.
Yeah, exactly.
Because hyper voice failed. Yeah,
I understand. Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, that was a really intense game 3 set to start us off, and congrats to
well
Jace.
Well done to Jace.
Moving on to the finals for his conference. So I only got one paste here. It was Jace's paste. I didn't end up getting one from Steve. So this is what he had going on. We obviously saw the Terra Dragon come into play. The Mudsdale looks like a bulky set with Terra Grass, so would have been fine against the Rotom if he had the Terra available. And then obviously we saw a lot of this stuff. It was a Salt Vest Skuntank.
It did have the explosion again, although never had to use it, right?
No, true.
But it looks like Steve's gonna send it to you real quick if we want to take a peek.
I'll get that.
And then we'll look at the next matchup here after this.
Here it is.
I do have my brother in the chat there. That Manatters.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
Is my brother.
So here's
just taking a peek.
This is
seeing
Steve's
what's going on.
There's Life Orb Talonflame, which is always interesting with the Gale Wings.
Life Orb on the big Brave Bird that brought the Talonflame down to 50% after one.
Oh, that Rotom was also choiced as well.
Was also choiced, yeah.
And then we didn't get to see it. We just get to see the Bramble Gas. We didn't get to see it do much, unfortunately. And yeah, kind of an offensive Oranguru. So, GG's.
Yeah, we saw the throat spray in a couple of the sets, and then we saw the energy ball in game 3 as well.
Yep.
Presumably as I need one more thing to deal with Mudsdale, and then but and then it just also is something that can hit ghost types. So.
Yeah. Shout out to Steve though. It's very difficult to take over a team mid-season and make a run like he did. So he made some great transactions as well, and put on a great show for us with some really great games this season. So well done to Steve, and congrats to Jace.
Yep.
All right, next matchup.
We got next.
We've got Ferrat Bang versus Ray. The Dozo.
I believe Ferrat's here. Excellent. Yep. Or at least was.
Ray also just sent me his pace, so he may be watching.
Nice. So we got the Tatsu Dozo versus the Hot Dogs, and lots of good Techmons, right?
Oh, yeah.
Toedscruel, Dazzling on the Bruxish. Colossal is good now.
Yeah, we saw it last week.
Yeah, we did. Gengar is pretty excellent. So what do we have? So anytime anybody has to go up against Tatsugiri and Dondozo, we say how do we what are we bringing to deal with that?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no fake out on the squad, which is annoying, but that's not the end of the world. We have stuff like we've got Haze on the Gengar.
True, that's actually huge because it's fast as well.
Yeah, we can burn them.
Toedscruel's very good if you could put it to sleep as well.
Toedscruel can put it to sleep.
Sash it. Redirect. So he definitely has some options available. I'd say the primary way I would deal with that if I were him would definitely be the Haze. Seems like one of the only reliable ways because as we've seen with a lot of these, and we've got 2 Dozo teams in this semifinals round here. So
yeah, we're gonna watch them next time too as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the duo has proven to be potent in draft, and we've seen a lot of people come up with creative solutions for it that still end up failing just because even if you have the tech there, you commit so much to shutting it down. And there was a discussion going on in the Discord earlier about this, but you commit so much to your team building to shutting it down, and then half the time it doesn't even work anyway, just because the positioning wasn't right, or it wasn't
only one
perfect.
Comes, or
exactly.
whatever.
So the haze is going to be a good option. You could even sash it to really protect it for that. Just keep it in the back. But otherwise, Ferrat really drafted a sick team around the Dozo combo. I mean, look at these mons he has.
Don't forget, didn't draft both halves. Drafted, I think, just Dozo, and then traded for the Tatsugiri.
Right. Yep.
Traded, and then that person is the person that Steve took over the team for before week, didn't even play a single week.
Yeah.
So now that I'm saying it out loud, it kind of seems like maybe Ferrat brought in a ringer.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
we're not accusing anybody here. No, we're just messing.
I don't think that's actually
true. I know. It is funny though. But I mean, look at this team though. He's got Rotom Heat. Obviously, all the Rotom forms are great in draft. Annihilate was talked about as one of the most dominant mons in the format potentially. Arbalava has been a good threat on Trick Room. Scissor's always good. Mimikyu can put in work. He does have baby screens if he wants it. Bombardier is pretty good value too. This is just a sick team, and he's piloted it really well. His only loss of the season was to Jace, who went 7-0. So, yeah, I mean, it was really, really sick draft from here as well. And then how about Ray as well? Also showing out 2 newcomers to the VBL-S sitting here in a round 2 playoff match. So we saw Ray.
We did have Ferrat in NatDex a couple seasons ago, but first season in the VBL-S. Yep.
Yeah, and then Ray has been putting on a show for us, especially with that playoff match last week with some heat, the Bruxish Colossal explosion with the steam engine weakness policy. So
yeah, it was pretty sick.
Awesome.
Let's see who they brought. Let's see what the answers to the problems might be. So yeah, we've got the Gengar, we've got a Staraptor. Could maybe Final Gambit something. How much HP does Dundozo have? Can a Staraptor Final Gambit take it out?
Oh geez, I don't know. I mean, with the Commander boost, I'm not sure.
Well, you don't get an HP boost with Commander.
Yeah, but
and that's just based on raw.
Oh, I guess
HP.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would have. I'm sure that was calced if that was something that was considered. But we do see the Gengar and the Toedscruel as well, which we both talked about the ways they can deal with Dozo. So if I were him, I would definitely expect to see Gengar in the back this game to definitely have it as a safeguard against the Sushi combo.
That's something to deal with the double fish. Annihilate looking scary as always. Yeah, I mean Ferrat's team they just drafted an excellent team and are. It's not an accident that they're the number 1 seed in their conference, right?
Yeah.
Or in their division, rather.
We don't see, that's true. We don't see.
Team is sweet.
It is sweet. And we don't see any of the funny Colossal Bruxish this week, so we won't be seeing any explosion unless he's got it on something else. But
getting the prediction of Annihilate and Dondozo as the lead from Ferrat in basically every situation, which seems plausible, right? Unless you specifically want, to set up an early Trick Room or I guess if you want to set up an early Trick Room and so you want Mimikyu in the lead. But yeah, generally I think Ape Dozo seems like a pretty reliable lead for Ferrat here, but let's see what happens.
All right, let's go into it. Let's see what we got lead wise. So we've got the Magnezone with the Gengar, so he does lead it out. And then we see the Tatsu, expected lead, and Annihilate. All right.
Okay, so going kind of the other way. So maybe
love the protect here. You want to protect this man at all costs. Double.
Right, because you want to protect the Gengar, because without the Gengar, it's going to be tough for Ray to win here.
Yeah.
And I don't think so Ape definitely not Scarfed, because
could be the Tatsu
before the Tatsu. Yeah, Tatsugiri could be Scarfed, but Ape definitely isn't. So Gengar or Tatsugiri should be going first next turn, depending on.
Yeah.
Who do we have joining?
Whoa, we got another here.
Oh
no! Jump out to do a commentary here, fellas.
There he is, Daddy, joining the comms. Only missed one series, so.
Let me tell you something, fellas. I have lost terribly to both of these players, so. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, right. Let's see how this plays out here.
Second turn goes.
So the Tatsu switches out. Shadow Ball. Oh, look at how meaty that man is. That's a Gengar. High
big
special
damage, but it's
attack.
hugely bulky. Finish off the Magnezone there, and
Yeah,
what do we got?
Tatsu
So
comes back
Tatsugiri
in.
comes back in.
I think we will be seeing the sushi combo in the back here.
Yeah,
The way he's
just
playing around this Tatsu.
throwing out big damage here. Oh, and we got a scope lens,
Oh
Hydreigon,
boy. Well, that's one way to deal with
focus
Dozo.
energy. Yeah, who cares what defensive boosts you've got, right?
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
Just throw out, and then that's also, you no longer have to worry about Draco Meteor drops because you're getting your crits.
You got to assume the big fish comes out here, correct?
Yeah, I would think so. Oh,
Well,
Fred says
honestly,
they forgot about the.
If I'm him and I'm seeing this crit, I'm scared right now because if you bring in that Dozo, I mean, this is ballsy though. I will say to bring the focus energy set, because you're assuming, like, if you're relying on that to deal with Dozo, and I'm not saying he doesn't have any other answers, but if you're relying on the focus energy set to one of your mons, that's like a lot to invest. You're giving it a scope lens and using a move slot on focus energy. Like if you don't get that set up correctly before the combo comes out, it's like that is looking really bad. So the fact that he got it up for free here is looking nice.
Yeah, it's like a bad item plus a bad move equals a very scary Pokemon if you can do both of them.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see.
And yeah, just playing super safe with the Hydreigon.
Good call.
Not quite taking out the Gengar, but looks like it's going to get one more. Oh,
yeah, that's an excellent protect.
And the Curse Body on the Icy Wind is big as well. We get the Sushi dead. Who do we see come in here? Rotom. Still not going to get to see who that fourth Mon is yet.
It's got to be Dozo.
Now we just get to throw meteors out
without any care in the world.
With who
crit
cares?
Boost, you don't care about those special attack drops.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
just throw the Draco meteors out, and Ray's laughing. And I mean, Furrat needs to be thinking, how am I going to deal? What's the plan for game 2 at this point, right?
No, we see the Oblivious this week and not the Unaware as well.
Huge damage.
Yeah, I mean that's a really, really smart bring, and shout out to Ray because he also positioned it very well.
Yeah, took advantage of the Magnezone dying very, very well here.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the tides have looked to turn here, as we're down to one Mon on Ray.
Yep, the Tauros the Dondozo not dying there is kind of scary, right? So Terra Steel.
Oh boy, this might be good
to maybe live.
Order up here.
Oh yeah, great Terra reveal at the end. Saved it for the right time.
He really held on to that.
If he did that any earlier, he would have got overheated and died, probably.
Yeah.
So
yeah, probably,
he
right?
really did save that for the perfect moment. That was a cool game.
Yeah, very well played by Ray. That was a close one.
So the pregame discussion was entirely how do you beat the double fish, and I think the game 2 question is, what's the plan for Crit Lens Hydreigon?
Yeah, Farak kind of knows what the plan is with the Hydreigon this time, so maybe he just tries to get off an Icy Wind, because that kind of cripples this whole plan too.
Yeah, definitely. This is just a...
Yeah, Hydreigon's got to be going first.
This Hydreigon is a monster. Look at this set. It's Terra Steel, crit boost with Draco. Oh man, that's like my worst nightmare right there.
Probably a coverage move, maybe even like Flash Cannon for like extra steel. Like I don't know when that would be better than just more Draco meteors, but
yeah,
maybe
against Mimikyu, it'd be good to have.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you gotta have something, right? It could be Heat Wave
type move, yeah.
For
Scizor
or something like that.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see if Furrat. This is what I've noticed too is interesting. Like if you do have Sushi Combo on your draft team, it's like if you bring it one game and it doesn't work and they just shut it down. Like I feel like you're not as confident to bring it again. So I wonder if we even see the Dozo come in this match. Let's find out.
Yeah, we didn't really get to see the Commander actually happen, right?
Nope.
Just because they were never on the field at the same time.
True.
But let's see. So we got Tatsu and Rotom with Toadsquirrel.
Icy Wind looking incredible for Toadsquirrel.
Showing a early Terra on a Tauros. Presumably predicting a Thunderbolt there.
This is absolutely a Scarf Tatsu.
And then just... Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
That has to be calced.
Probably, but I mean, maybe not. You know, you never know. Ray also thinks it is. Expertly EV'd.
See, but now if he did bring the sushi combo, his Tatsu's at 3%. So if he wants to get a commander off, he's gonna have to expertly.
It's got to happen, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
At this point, he has to have the Dozo in and then switch in the Tatsu because the other way around is too risky. And now you're in a position where Hydreigon is a threat to set up again, which you know that can be very potent. So let's see.
So we're gonna see a
predicted the Terra there.
Terra
on the overheat, but he
well,
didn't.
we know we can't get a Terra. We saw the Tauros Terra into grass
correct. True.
on turn 1, but
huge miss.
Good point.
goes down to Sash.
Oof.
But we get the disabled rage
Curse
fist.
body. It's 100%.
Yeah, it's not, but the Volt Switch finishes it off. Tatsugiri gets to come in here, and Annihilate switching out seems pretty likely.
Absolutely. Dozo's coming in here.
Its Rage Fist is disabled. I mean, maybe it doesn't, right? Like, maybe
close combat.
You got the Defiant boost, so you throw close combat into
Honestly,
Dragon.
Yeah, but the problem is if he does have Dozo, he needs to bring it in right now because Tatsu's going to die this turn. And if he wants to access Commander, he really needs to bring it in now. But at the same time, it's like...
Maybe he doesn't... Like, he's got the Rotom in the back. Maybe he doesn't need the Commander, right? Tatsugiri Icy wins here.
Fair enough.
Which lets Annihilate go second. Annihilate gets to kill something. And then even if Tatsugiri dies, then the Rotom or whatever the fourth Pokemon is gets to come in. And Farrat's in kind of a decent position, right?
Yeah.
And the Tauros is
so he saves the Tatsu. Interesting. I like that, actually. I really like that. Now, this is going to be a close combat into Hydreigon. Got to take it out. Yep. That's really well done by Farrat, because if he lets this Hydreigon set up for free, and if I'm Raymond, I'm thinking I'm getting a crit boost for free, because I'm thinking he's going to bring in Dozo here, right? So, like, you're getting a free Hydreigon boost, so then you could set it up later. Really, really well done from Farrat there. I like that.
Oh, yeah, the Tauros was the mirror. We didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Tauros is in a really good position here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to protect here on Dozo.
So we are getting that Commander. Everybody stays in.
So can he deal with this? It's not unaware, so this +2 is actually significant.
True. And that goes into the Protect. The Mists... Oh, he targeted the Tatsugiri. Well, I guess it was targeting the Annihilate.
Right, exactly. So close combat's still not doing that much.
The Donzo gets to order up something, not quite killing the Tauros, but yeah. Then now we get to put it to sleep, and now we get to 2v1.
It's us leftovers.
Leftovers, yeah.
So he needs to wake up next turn if he wants to.
The guaranteed turn of sleep. No, there's no way it lives through.
Oh, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, it's faster.
Leech Seed. Okay, so it is going to still be alive, but.
And now the Tatsu dies.
Okay, so last turn for Dondozo went first, but it must have been used in Protect on its guaranteed sleep turn.
Interesting.
Because the Tauros, because I doubt that's a speed tie, right?
I mean, this is not it's not even over for Farrat. This Annihilate is full health.
Protect the Rotom, final Gambit the Toad Scroll, and then Rotom kills the Tauros or something like that, or... I don't know, but
Tauros will
definitely not
right?
Unless... I think so.
It should.
We know that Rotom item yet?
We know that Annihilate isn't scarfed either, so it will
doubled
outspeed.
into the Protect. Oh, well, but it was a double Protect. But
Rage Powder comes in.
Rage Powder. Rotom gets finished off.
Interesting.
Annihilate's going to target the Toad Scroll, and we got to kind of... Oh, we just barely living.
Wow. I'm surprised it lived that.
Big, bulky boy.
And it's +2 still, so yeah, wow.
Annihilate is done, and the sushi is eaten.
It's fallen. GG's.
Well played, and well built.
Yeah,
Ray,
I want to look at these pace. I did get a pace from Ray. I did not get one from Farrat, unless he just sent it or something. But this was Ray's pace.
So we've got
did have the haze on the Gengar.
What kind of spice we got? Yeah, definitely haze on the Gengar, although wasn't really ever needed, right?
No, the focus energy did its job game one. Not that he also forced Farrat to sort of be on the defensive with his sushi combo to the point where he wasn't able to get a good setup position. Like a lot of time when you lead Tatsu, you want to put your partner in a position where they could just switch out or die, so then you could bring in the dozo for free. But
Yeah.
he did play that quite well.
Yeah,
I think
the mirror herb absolutely huge in that last game as well.
Yeah, I just got the paste from Farrat. So we had
Nice.
assault vest ape. We knew that we had leftovers here. Didn't end up seeing the Mimikyu or the scissor.
Yep. Or the Scizor, yeah, either one. Both make sense, right? Like expert belt with bullet punch and pounce getting boosted by the technician, and then close combat just for big damage. Terra Water, Terra Fairy,
A lot of Terra Water here.
Fighting Dark Grass.
And then, yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, Ray's team doesn't have a ton of like super strong damage into water types, right? I mean, we've got the Magnezone, and like Toedscruel isn't known for its offensive presence.
He wasn't even running a damage move. He had Leech Seed.
Yeah.
Seed.
Well,
Yeah. So, wow. Really well played from Ray. I mean, talk about a strong showing in the playoffs so far. Taking down two really tough opponents in style. A lot of these games look like he was on his last leg, and then all of a sudden he pulls it off.
and then won. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, back-to-back weeks of really clever prep from Ray. So excited to see what he does next week.
a Guave Berry on Rotom. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty bulky Rotom. You got to think you're probably going to,
Fair enough.
like, a lot of stuff is going to end up being, like, close 3 hits, right? And so...
Yeah, that
It'll get you
also,
triggers.
the AV does explain why the Gengar Shadow Ball did so little game 1. Because I was going to say,
True,
it
yeah,
only
yeah.
did like, what, 45%?
Yeah.
That's insane. Because Gengar has a lot of special attack. And he maxed it out, too. So, all right. On to our next conference. Scarlet Violet is set. We're going to have Ray versus Jace next week.
Ray vs. Jake. In a rematch? Did they play already?
They are
Yeah,
in the
they're
same division, so yes.
So that'll be another rematch from the regular season. Now we got our esteemed host here.
Yes.
We got Sakaba
I'm sort of
versus-
going to let you guys take the lead on this one because I kind of
Sure.
did commentary on this in my video. So I'll let you guys sort of take over.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking forward to this matchup all week. Canner is just having
Oh
a
yeah.
hell of a season, and obviously Sukaba kind of meeting the expectations that we set in the old folks PR when we talked about how great his team was. So these are two absolute titans of the VBL in this season. But I gotta say, Canner coming in as the slight underdog in this matchup. I cannot wait to see what he does with Heracross and Bisharp this week, because every week those two show up, and every week I'm shocked. They're so good.
Oh, I know, right? Like Bisharp has never been so good as once Eviolite exists and it can Terra away its terrible, debilitating fighting type weakness.
It's actually unbelievable looking at this team and at the beginning of the season thinking, that team's going to be pretty mediocre. It has been so strong, and Canner has played it out of his mind. Anyways, James, anything you want to say about Sukaba's team? There's a lot to say about this one as well.
Well, I mean, we've been saying it all season, right? It's like Sukaba isn't the 1 seed by accident. The team is great, and Sukaba's been playing great, right? I mean, we've gotten to watch all of Sukaba's matches from his perspective. He's putting out videos every week. And like even the nonsense like the Oinkalone set like was just some excellent craziness, right? Every mon on this team has a clear thing that it wants to be doing and reasonable times when you would want to be bringing it. It's the no dead weight team if ever there was one. It's got some decent ways to deal with the sushi, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. We have Unaware, Skeledirge. We have another Toedscruel, which seemed to do a pretty good job into it. We have screens on Klefki. We can status it. A lot of options.
This is a team that actually has Fake Out, right? Fake Out plus Terra something for big damage into a commandered Dondozo is, I mean, that's like taking 3 turns in a row, basically, right?
Yeah, a lot of options for Sukaba to bring here. You want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's see what 6 actually came on each side. Well, no Persian, but I mean, Fake Out's still good. We do see the Scyther, another mon that is absolutely loving this new terastallization world, right?
Yeah, 3-point scythe are very strong.
It was actually 2 points.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
had
God.
it
Okay,
2
that's not
points on our
right.
board. There were a few tiering mistakes, but they were generally like most of them were generally like 1 point off, right? Scyther maybe should have been 4, but
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what the leads are here. That Murkrow could come out and set Tailwind basically for free.
yeah, I mean Murkrow sets Tailwind if it wants to. We've got the Pyroar that had an excellent showing last week with the Throat Spray Hyper Voices.
Absolutely.
Just being like a spread move monster that no one was expecting. We've got both halves of the sushi, which is not surprising. On Sukaba's side, we've got potentially some screens out of Klefki, the Unaware Dirge that can get rid of the fire typing and then be a real problem. I don't really see, other than just Dondozo with Tatsugiri in his mouth is very bulky, I don't really see a great way for Cantor to deal with extreme speed Dragonite, like just Terra Normal extreme speed behind a Klefki screen or something like that. Like Bisharp can tank it pretty decently, but can't necessarily do a ton of damage into it. So I think both sides got some scary stuff. Let's see what the leads look like.
Yeah, leads come out here, and we got the Klefki. Okay, setting up those screens early, and Quaquaval. And there's that Pyroar you mentioned, James, looking really strong last week.
And Tatsugiri getting off one of whatever it wants, definitely.
Okay. So very
Burn.
different Pyroar than we saw last week.
Yeah, and then the Muddy Water. Aqua Step not getting the KO because of that burn.
That's with the speed boost, which could be huge.
Get the speed boost, and then Pyro is probably just going to protect the Aqua Step. You're not going to get the Moxie boost into that protect. Yeah, and Tatsugiri gets to just throw out more Muddy Waters. But I mean, the screens are getting set up pretty decently, right? Like Sukaba's not under a ton of pressure here.
No accuracy drops
Cantor
yet.
Just has to keep hitting protect or switch out, or Sukaba's going to get that Moxie boost there. Yep. So
Quack is on a timer here, though. That
yeah,
burn is
definitely
ticking
going to
down.
get.
Ooh,
Well, the miss doesn't hurt. The crit does, though.
fair trade there with the miss for the crit. I think you're not too displeased with that if you're Cantor. So
Yeah,
here comes the.
I mean,
combo.
Klefki's kind of done its job, though, right? So, like, you don't hate it switching out here. So yeah, we're gonna lose that fire type. Gonna protect here, so then we're gonna have probably one more turn for Quacklevolt to do something.
Skeledirge does not care about that earthquake at all.
Who cares? And doesn't care about the defensive boosts either. So we're gonna see a big chunk with the Shadow Ball. Dragonite coming in. Ice Fang is nice. I mean, obviously there for Dragonite and not for a grass type Skeledirge, but Terra Grass just finishes it off.
Yeah, Skeledirge absolutely
just gonna
handles Dondozo.
sit there and do nothing for a turn. And Dragonite's going to get to be very scary here. And I don't know how they're going to deal with, how Cantor's really going to deal with this unaware Skeledirge either.
Accuracy drop is one.
Maybe a Mega Horn,
probably
but
too little too late for
accuracy.
this Heracross here.
Yeah, Guts Mega Horn is like pretty scary, right? Or Flying Terra, that'll do it too.
Yeah, now revealing the Terra here, I don't know if that's necessarily the play. You might want to save that information for a later game because I feel like this one's over.
Yeah, I think what that really reveals to me is Cantor doesn't have a bug move on the Heracross, right? It's fighting, flying, protect, fourth move. Is my guess there, but yeah. There's extreme speed misses. There's the accuracy. Not quite enough there, and then the Aqua Step's just gonna finish it off. So Cantor down 1 going into game 2. Very well played to Sakaba. Nice job keeping the Quacklevolt alive for differential more than anything else.
Dondozo got absolutely destroyed by Skeledirge, so I cannot see Cantor bringing that again. It's too much. It didn't seem like he had any moves to really deal with it. Ice Fang barely tickled it. I don't think Dondozo's coming back.
Steve thinks Megahorn just misses, so didn't want to risk it. But I don't know. I'm trying to just read too much into not enough information. But that was my thought when I see the Terra flying Terra Blast rather than a Megahorn into the Skeledirge. But regardless, so what kind of changes you think we're likely to see out of Canner here for this second match, Daddy?
I think there's a good chance we see Murkrow lead. I feel like maybe getting a Tailwind up, getting that Heracross to pop off a little bit harder. I think Bisharp has to come this time. I don't think Dundozo is going to be coming. That unaware Skeledirge, just too much for it. He didn't seem to have any moves to really deal with it. So yeah, maybe he goes for speed control this time, but the screens were really solid for Sukaba too. So I don't know if he has any way to deal with that.
Yeah, I also not super impressed with this Pyroar this time. The burn was nice, right? Like that really slowed down Sukaba's Quaquaval, kept it from snowballing with the Aqua Steps and Moxie boosts. But even so, like it kind of just burned it and then clicked Protect 3 times and then died. So maybe we don't see the Pyroar. Maybe we see like Bisharp, Heracross, Murkrow, and one of the water types, something like that. Maybe we do see the Pyroar again. I don't know, but we'll see. It's definitely on Canada to make a change here, more so than Sukaba, who has a pretty decent plan. So we do see the Murkrow and Tatsugiri.
I wonder if it's just Tatsu this time. Be interested to see what's in the back here. Same lead from Sukaba. No real surprise. I mean, it worked out really well in game 1.
Revealing the mental herb. Says, I'm going to get the screens up that matter. And a Hydro Pump Myth is brutal. Murkrow living with a Focus Sash.
Does Murkrow go for taunt again?
One more thing. I think maybe. Or such a Tailwind, sure. And then Tatsu gets to go next. Woof, that's huge.
That Hydro Pump miss on turn 1 is crippling.
Yeah,
because Lefty would be down.
Yeah, definitely. So we see the Terra flying again. We get the second screen up. Terra Blast is big damage, but not quite enough to KO. Second Hydro Pump miss. And then the Terra allowing Heracross to live that Brave Bird, and then Quavo goes down to the recoil.
Heracross could pick up a KO here.
Yeah, Canner in a much better position this time. If Tatsugiri can hit an attack, there we go.
Yeah, Hydro Pump 50% accurate, right?
And then
Shadow Ball
living
down the Tatsu. That's
living the Shadow Ball is pretty excellent too. So they're kind of both going to just get to do whatever they want this turn. We get a switch out. We do see the Pyroar as the 4th Pokemon. A Terra into grass. Sukaba just kind of...
get a Terra Blast into the slot? No, into Scyther, and Heracross goes down here.
Yep. Yes. And we got an almost dead Tatsugiri that is going to have trouble putting any meaningful damage onto this Skeledirge, and then Pyroar that it is not.
It's big damage, doesn't quite take it down.
Yeah.
Goes down to close combat, and this is going to be the end unless we see Muddy Water shenanigans. We do not.
Nope. And then, I mean, it is at -1 Spadef, so if some weird...
It's fast.
Aerial Ace. Well, I was thinking maybe there's something on the set has a missed chance, but Aerial Ace has the opposite of a missed chance, so...
Yeah, I think...
See a 2-0 finish.
Expertly played by Sukaba. The screens were absolutely huge, and Skeledirge just looking unbeatable in this matchup.
Yep, and both Tatsudozos getting shown the door here in the semifinals.
Sukaba, since we have you here, what was the theory behind the Scyther here? Why'd you feel like bringing it this week?
Honestly, I talk about it in my video, but I mean, if you looked at like the type chart for his matchup, like a lot of his major threats don't have a great way of hitting Scissor. Like his kill leaders were Heracross and Bisharp. Like Bisharp doesn't really do a great job at taking out Scyther with EVLA behind screens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I also kind of liked it offensively because I kind of needed another offensive Mon. It was like the last Mon that I put on the team. It got good coverage with the close combat, the aerial ace for the Heracross as well. So I just kind of thought it was a good damage dealer to have in the back and bulk up.
How confident were you when you threw Skeledirge on this team? Did you feel like it was going to win you the game?
Well, I kind of assumed that there would be one time where he would bring the sushi combo, and I kind of also assumed that if I were able to position this in the back and keep my Terra available for it, that it would win me and steal me one win, and that's kind of what I wanted out of it. And luckily, I'm very lucky that a lot of the mental gymnastics of team building against sushi combo were taken out because I have an unaware mon myself, so I didn't really have to stress too hard about it.
Kind of crazy with Terra how a fire type Pokemon can shut down one of the strongest water types to ever exist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
expertly
totally.
played, man. I don't want to ask too much because I don't want to spoil your video, but congratulations, man.
Thank
really
you.
well. Congrats to Canner too. Canner, you were absolutely one of my favorite coaches to watch this season. So I'm really sad to see you go, but
This team
you
was
made it
so
really
sick.
far.
I mean,
Really
the
cool team.
sushi, the fact that he had these two mons just like dominating everybody the entire season was just so awesome to see too. Because these are not like mons you would traditionally expect to be like kill leaders. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like the fact that he was able to put on a show with these, really, really sick. So well done to Canner. Congrats on a great season.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but I was right. There is no bug move on that Heracross.
There you go. Yeah, throat chop
Nailed
as
it.
well.
So,
All right.
Steve, I'll expect my apology check in the mail whenever.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Apology check?
It is now.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, the goat versus versus Braf.
Whoa. Braf catching
All right.
strays here.
Now, Braf, we love you. Been around since the beginning. Sure, we do. would we still have him around with the way he acts if we didn't like him anyway? No. So, what are we thinking? Tay Braf. I was saying to Sakaba, I think this match has happened in a playoffs before, and Braf took Tay out of the playoffs one year, if I remember correctly.
These are just two phenomenal coaches. Braff makes the playoffs every season.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they both do.
Death, taxes, and be Braf in the playoffs. It's just it is what it is. It doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, you can include Tay in the championship in that statement too, right?
Yeah, true. I mean, even when Braf meme teams, he still makes the playoffs. But like I said in the old draft review, this is no meme team. This is actually a very competently built team. Like this is like your standard bulky offense team. Like he's got the screens and he's got a bunch of like heavy hitters that can live hits behind screens, which is kind of a model I wanted to follow as well with the Klefki. And he's got really great tools to go along with it, with the Satitan, the Tauros, the Corviknight, even Toxtricity. He's got the combo with Frostlass, Tauros as a threat every week. Rotom Wash is always, like it's like your Mario. It's like always solid, like.
Yeah, he's piloted the Tauros Blaze phenomenally this season. I just feel like in this matchup, it's a little tough into that Armor Rouge.
Yeah, for sure. And, on Tay's side here, with that Armor Rouge, speaking of, I mean, this was one of the top teams that we had in our draft review as well. Most of the consensus was that this was an excellent team. Kilowattrel has really shined as an excellent Mon.
Both offensively and support.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Because sometimes it's thrown out of Tailwind that is only outsped by Murkrow and Talonflame, and other times it's specs Thunderbolt into resisted Mons for good damage.
Yeah, and if it gets off a competitive boost, then it's even more.
Yeah, or it's punishing an Intimidate, or just like a cheeky Shadow Ball defense drop or something, like just something random. It's been just very, very solid and overperformed, I would say.
Yeah, I also want to say, I feel like every one of these Mons has, done something this season, for the most part. Maybe not the Dreadnought. I don't know if I recall seeing a Dreadnought on, but, every other Mon I remember distinctly, having a sick moment in a match this season.
Yeah.
So, really deep team from Tay, which obviously puts a lot of pressure on Braf to sort of build. It makes it a lot harder when you have so many viable Mons. So, let's see.
I didn't expect to see the Corviknight this week. Let's see if you brought it.
Interesting.
Maybe with some kind of
No
Terra.
Corviknight.
No
This
Corviknight. Okay.
Yeah. And as
Well,
we
I
can
saw-
see, we got the Morgrim showing up, so maybe some Grimmsnarl and Baby Grimmsnarl action this week.
Oh my.
Oh.
More like Grimmsnarl and cheaper Grimmsnarl,
Yeah, Walmart Grimmsnarl.
right?
Grimmsnarl at home. But yeah, maybe he's trying to match screens or something, who knows. Could be interesting.
So my brother's been predicting things in the chat there, and now he's pretty confident that he's finally going to be right because Tay's team is so good.
Oh, okay. So he's predicting the Tay win. So I mean, obviously, anybody playing against Tay is an underdog. So we'll see if Beebrath can pull off the upset
Tay-
here.
Wonderkin, come on now.
Yeah, Tay's just a human. He doesn't have superpowers or anything. He's the last
Allegedly.
son of Krypton.
Allegedly.
He's defeatable.
You
He's
can't
lost.
prove it. Let's see.
Oh, Lucario is scary.
So we got the Kilowattrel Lucario lead. There it is. And then we counter that with the Grimmsnarl and the Toxtricity.
And the absolute meme names from Braff as well.
I wonder if we
get
see
a
an extreme
Protect
speed
Kilowattrel,
spam
we
here.
do.
We see an
And then
Earthquake.
just EQ,
Wow.
delete the Toxtricity.
Big
and
Earthquake.
it's a 4v3 here.
Oh, red card.
Red card is something. All right, so that's the Wonderkin difference right there.
Wow, that's sick. And not
I
to
mean,
mention the Protect to delete the taunt, too.
Yeah, you trade the Toxtricity for bad positioning in that, right? Like, because this isn't necessarily the like where Tay wants to be going into the second turn.
I think it might
Ice
be, though.
Shard.
I think we might see a Terra here, a defensive Terra on the Appleton, and you're pretty free to Iron Defense in front of this if you do defensive Terra here.
Yeah, let's see. He switches it back out.
And we just get a switch, presumably predicting an ice move into that slot. Which-
Grimmsnarl not taking too much damage, and then he gets
And
a free KO.
Braff is not going for the bait. He says, "I want no tailwind."
Let's go. That's a great
And
turn from
gets the
Beebrath.
no tailwind. So we get a defensive,
Earthquake looks
or
great here.
possibly offensive Terra out of the Titan, and Armarouge just
Scary Face may be significant here because he gets
Brass.
his move off.
Move
Oh,
comes out.
that Terra.
misses on that 5%. Oh no, it didn't miss. Oh, it just did so little. I assumed it missed.
7. Yeah.
Brutal.
Wow.
And
That
then
grass Terra absolutely huge for
Really
Yeah.
strong, yeah.
absolutely.
Bullet Punch comes out. Oh, no. This
Don't
does
think,
not look good. He doesn't have the tools anymore. Sash even coming out. This is going to be over.
Yeah. Sash, bullet punch plus energy ball.
Bullet Punch
Yeah.
takes the KO. GG. Wow.
Next turn.
So I feel like Braff spent too much time trying to block that tailwind at the beginning and then just got killed for it.
By strong offensive threats like Armarouge and Lucario.
Yeah, Tay was just
Lucario with that
heavy
Earthquake.
offense.
Yeah, that
These
Earthquake was
two-
a little surprising, I'm not going to lie.
These two did everything.
Yeah.
Like, the Kilowattrel threw out, like, maybe, like, a Thunderbolt that did, like, nothing. These two did all the damage in the match. They absolutely swept. Really well done.
Nice to see Lucario finally pop off this season.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
there have been other games,
I
but
think the last time Lucario got some love was maybe in Jordan's high roller season. It was he used it a couple times pretty well.
yeah, it looked really good here with the sash. Nice
But
to
yeah,
kill
looking
Quattro.
So,
pretty good.
so if you're
week,
Beebrath
for
after
sure.
that game 1, what are you doing here to answer? Like, maybe you're not putting so much of a focus on stopping Kilowattrel from setting up, and maybe you're just trying to set up your own team. Like, did we actually see anything else on the Grimmsnarl? Scary Face and Taunt. So this may not
Scary
even
face
be
to let
a
something
screen
else
set.
go quicker. Yeah.
So I wonder what else he has on here that could potentially support the rest of his team.
Yeah, maybe if you're Braff, you just don't bring the Grimmsnarl out in front. Maybe you just bring out a couple of heavy hitters, or maybe you see a defensive Terra on the Toxtricity or something.
Tauros
Yeah,
also does look good offensively.
Yeah, Goose wants to see Tauros. We see you in there, Goose.
Yeah,
Tauros
just don't
time.
Like Tauros into the Armarouge, and then Lucario we know is sashed and has
That's true.
Earthquake. So
Yeah, Armarouge like just beats the Tauros, right?
Absolutely.
Unless there's
yeah.
like a crazy Terra Blast on it or something
Yeah.
like that. But
Well, yeah, I mean, even if he Terra grasses, it's like the flash fire is still
Little
protecting
flash
him.
fire, right?
Terra Ice predicting the Terra Grass.
Yeah. All
That
right.
seems unlikely.
Well, let's see what he did to.
I mean, it would also be good against the Appleton. So
Seeing the same lead from Tay.
same lead.
If it ain't broke,
why
don't
not?
fix it. And then we've got
double
Let's see.
priority potentially. Yep, Accelerock for big damage, and
a lot of priority.
we
this
live the
turn.
bullet punch, and then Thunderbolt finishes it off, and just Stomping Tantrum for some more big damage.
Well, this isn't too bad because you'd assume he does have Ice
Uh-oh.
Shard here.
Yeah, if we get a scarf, potential scarf on this Tauros, Rock Slide looks nice too.
True.
Rockside looks nice. So a poorly judged protect from Tay could be real disastrous, right? Like if you protect one and then the Ice Shard goes into the other one, then you're kind of in a rough spot.
Yeah.
A double protect is all right, but then that leaves you pretty open next turn.
Yeah, this has to be an Ice Shard here. He can't afford to let Kilowattrel get off at +2 attack into Tauros.
Yeah, not at +2. It's
Agreed.
He has to kill it right now. So I'm imagining this is a Protector switch. Yep. And then Tauros needs to kill the Lucario.
Yep.
Hopefully Lucario
Ice Shard
doesn't.
goes there.
Nice. It is.
Okay.
It does outspeed too. So
Excellent.
it's a great
Does it
turn.
naturally outspeed?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's faster. Lucario isn't as fast as you think it is.
So the Ice Shard's not going
That's
to
what
do
you
much
always have to
here.
remember. Yeah.
All right, so Poison Terra.
Good switch from Tay. So it's interesting he didn't Ice Shard. He must have been predicting the switch. But the Terra Poison.
Big
Oh,
fat.
boy.
Yeah, making the ice.
Eat those.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yum 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 yum.
This
yum.
is really bad because these two are physical attackers and they have no way to hit this thing. I mean, the Terra Ground Earthquake is going to be the only way that but even now it's +2.
Yeah,
So
that thing is extremely bulky.
that
We
is
have
gonna be a problem.
Toxtricity in the back might be
Yeah.
able to
What do we got in the back
do
to do something?
it has to be Toxtricity, otherwise this is really not looking great.
Yeah,
And it's
like
the Grimmsnarl in the back. Oh boy. Let's see what he has. Stomping. It's not enough. It's
is
+2.
not.
26 is brutal.
He could honestly Iron Defense again. He needs a crit.
What does Grimmsnarl have?
Yeah,
What are the other
leftovers
two?
plus Leech Seed is.
All right,
rough.
Taunt is good.
Taunt is fine, but like the damage is done.
And there's what,
in
just
terms
like
of-
you said, Armor Rouge.
Yeah, Armor Rouge says bye, Tauros. Yeah, so like you get you trade your taunt for not a second Iron Defense, but like
Oh,
Yeah, he has no
does
choice.
Appleton have attacks?
Yeah,
Are
he's
there
got
any attacks
the
now?
Stomping Terra Ground, Stomping Tantrum, but
Gotta have Body Press.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
presumably Body Press, right? With
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there it is.
Not doing too much. This Titan is very tanky.
So that kind of says like Braff can maybe ignore the Appleton for a second to target it into the Armor Rouge, but yeah, I mean, by
He
not doing
really
that, then
he
the
wanted Earthquake there.
energy ball.
I guess we didn't.
Oh yeah,
Earthquake would have been
Absolutely.
really nice.
Body Press is doing
Yeah, it's too much damage.
red
coming
card.
from
I mean,
Tay side.
swaps out the Iron Defense, but it's just a
too
lot
little,
of
too
damage.
late.
Yeah, absolutely. The Armor Cannon, and it's over.
Breaking
Wow.
news: Tay wins again.
Well done from Tay. The GOAT.
Yeah, really strong showing. Armor Rouge just kind of shuts down that Tauros, which has been such an important part of Braff's team this season.
So Braff predicting an Armor Rouge switch to target that Appleton with the Stomping Tantrum there rather than Armor Rouge.
Got it.
Expecting the Kilowattrel to come into the Armor Rouge slot, but fair enough.
Yeah, we didn't end up seeing the Mousehold. I guess he didn't need it. Or the Morgrim. It was really just these four doing the work in those two games. Yeah, that Appleton, this game 2, was really brutal for B-Braff. He really
Oh.
needed an extra special attacker in there.
So look,
Tay just pointed out
pay
the
attention to
Morgrim
that
now.
Morgrim set.
Anti-screen.
Imprison
Oh,
screens.
wow.
Anti-Grimmsnarl.
The anti-Grimmsnarl.
That's
play.
cool. I didn't know it got in prison.
Because it doesn't get Trick Room, so why are you checking for Imprison?
True.
But
That is some heat. Nice. Yeah. Well,
that's
I will
sick.
say, I mean, B-Braff piloted this team really well this season, and he honestly didn't rely on Screen's Grimmsnarl very often. Like, he was very willing to run his Grimmsnarl offensive. I mean, we even saw this week he had the taunt, scary face. We didn't end up.
Yeah, that's what's nice about
surrender.
Grimmsnarl in draft. It has so many moves you can use. On ladder, there might be moves that are just better than others, in general matchups. But you can really min max your Grimmsnarl to do a lot of different things, and it has a huge attack stat.
Did you see that green set there?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Protect, Last Resort, and Cheek Pouch Citrus Berry. So just throwing out
That's cool.
as many Last Resorts as you can. Love that. Terra Normal for just bigger damage.
This was Assault Vest with 3 ice moves. I think you would have loved to see this Icy Wind as an Earthquake instead. I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020, but yeah, no, really well done. And once again, great season from BBRAF to make it to round 2 of the playoffs. As usual, expertly piloted team. So
yeah, with some heat from a lot of players.
So
Sukaba, it's up to you to take down Tay.
Look at this.
Yeah, I got a little bracket here.
Look at this.
I know, production quality. There it is. Look at this.
Nope,
That's
that's wrong.
No,
one.
oh, sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to tease you like that, dog. Here we go. This is correct.
There we go. That is correct.
All right.
So we've got our matches for next week. We got Jason Ray versus Sukaba and Tay.
All right.
And then we'll
Both
see
rematches.
the cross-conference finals.
Love the rematches this season.
True. And
Yeah.
as somebody who's already beaten Tay once, do you have anything to say to Tay?
No, I don't.
No? That seems responsible.
No comment.
He's gonna save the shit talking for after the game.
After the
Yep,
match?
yep.
Yeah, totally.
Really rub it in.
So
no, we got 4 really strong teams next week. These are really exciting matchups to see, and I think early in the season, if you would have told me that these would be the final 4 remaining teams, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. Really, really strong seasons from all these coaches.
Absolutely. So I think we'll probably have something next Sunday with these 2 matches as well, and then we'll see a playoffs the week after that, or a finals the week after that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me.
Yeah. Well, once again, guys, thanks for hanging out in the chat and for the engagement. It's always fun to watch these matches with the whole league watching and see their reaction live. Really love that about this league, that we do that. Like, it makes the playoffs so much more hype that we all see this together instead of if we just posted it and then just talk about it. This is way better. I love this. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys, for not making me do a solo cast here. I really appreciated the extra talking points to go off of here. So
Just got back from New Orleans a couple hours ago, so
jet lag,
that's why I was
daddy.
late.
Dang.
Still made it for the comms.
Jet
That's what we
lag,
like to
we'll
see.
call it.
That's the VBL-S difference right there.
That's right.
We're just built different over here. Flight, who cares? It's all good.
True.
All right. Well, that'll be it for us. I'm gonna have this VOD posted in the Discord, and then look out for. I'm sure some of these coaches are gonna have vids coming out soon. I know I scheduled mine. It might already be out, so I'll post a link to that as well.
We might get a Tay video.
Yep.
We might probably get a Jace video.
So
maybe.
definitely check those out, and
yeah.
we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
All right. See ya.